right, so that's gonna wrap up the video. So the majority of the day we ran the S2000. In case we haven't seen what it looks like, this is kind of what it looked like all together. The only problem that we had with the car, well, there was two problems. One was the rear quarter needed to be rolled, which we ended up doing at the track that day. We had a little bit of rub. I don't think we can even see it anymore. I don't know, maybe a little bit right there. Probably hard to see, but we rolled it. I'm gonna roll them even more. And the second issue we had was, and you can see I cut it. So the original tip that was on here got messed up in the accident. We kind of got the exhaust back to where it needed to be. But if you can imagine, this is how bad this is. Here was definitely melting. So I've already got it. I just need to get it on there and figure this out. But I bought a turn down, and it's basically just gonna go something like this. Then I don't gotta worry about the bumper exhaust and and so forth. This just doesn't fit over it. I'm gonna kind of attach it with the same screws that it had, but aside from that, the car did really well. There's a ton of time in the car first, or still going on. I just need to get used to, right? This car is just so much different than this. A lot of power, no power. But the S2000 felt super gripped up, which was great. I just need to remember staying the throttle. Simplistic as that sounds, the CRX has a lot of pedal modulation going on a lot of the time, just to stop it from hazing or whatever, right? The S2000, I just need to make a mental note of just staying in the throttle and carry a ton more speed. I was also braking way too early, but the car again performed great. So we still need to like resolve some small body, body work that I started, but I kind of took a halt on all of it. I just wanted to see how the car would do, and it did great. The wing held up good. There was a little bit of area where I poured some more panel bond in here, just a little bit. This does need to get, this needs to get lightly sanded and scuffed, maybe wrapped, or who knows, but the wing held up fantastic. I really have no complaints. Super stoked that it lasted. Next event, hopefully the wife's gonna drive on the Friday night, like practice stuff, and maybe even the event. We'll see how that goes. I mean, it's kind of uneventful at the end of this, just because the car held together quite well. I have not popped the trunk yet and even investigated. It did seem like 30 PSI. Let's see if we can get it close up. 30 PSI on the tires, what I was aiming for hot. And if we take a little gander at it, if this can come through or not, I can definitely lower them a bit. If we're just gonna use this as a sidewall indicator, I know it's not, but I can go quite a bit lower on the tire pressure for even more grip, which is fantastic. So we'll get there. So now, things we need to do. Well, not need to do, but on the list. The CRX, I don't have anything else I need to do to it. I just need some better temperature out, and I need to just be a little bit better with my throttle control on these hotter days, as you saw. I placed fifth, which I'm not upset about that, but the 131, I think 3, I only ran it the very morning session. Tires went from 24 cold up to 33. Front wheel drive, it was a little aggressive for the tires. I could have done better, I could have carried more speed for sure, but my main goal was for the S2000. So as far as goals with this, if you saw in the video, all you got was just the GPS the GPS data from my external on the race chrono, is essentially what I was running. I did not get any info on my last 2 sessions because I gave some rides to some kids that wanted to come along. They were kind of being recruited, or their brothers were being recruited for the military, and it was just kind of a nice day out, and I offered rides. So they had a great time, but I didn't get any laps logged. I handed them the phone, and they just kind of closed the phone out accidentally. It is what it is. So I'm looking to figure out a lap timer. The CRX, super easy. I just turn the car on and the AIM does literally everything. So again, the CRX just does everything. I don't do anything, right? It's hardwired to the car. I turn it on and it just sort of does everything. And it's canned out from the ECU to the dash, and it collects, simultaneously all the lap data, all the engine data, all together. I don't really want to replace the dash in the S2000. I don't feel like spending the total cost of it on all that, so spitballing options. The phone and the external works fine, but I can't grab ECU data. So that brings me to, inside the car, there's an AEM Series 2 in it. It can out. Finding the connector and the pins, because it's discontinued, royal pain in the ass. Found a connector on eBay for 15 bucks shipped. I ordered that. That's incoming. Then I might have pins in my electric drawer. I might. I don't know what kind of pins they are. I have their part numbers, but they don't give me any specs on it. But what can I out to is the debate, right? AIM makes stuff that's exponentially cheaper than my whole dash setup, and that might be the route I'll go, where I just kind of hardwire to the car, set it, forget it. and it records all the data. Especially if the wife and I are driving, we can overlay each other's lap data and just be able to see like, hey, look, I'm on throttle way sooner in this turn. Or hey, like you can see the path I took and this is the path maybe you should take and you can go to this, or vice versa, right? So I might go that route for that. So I'm trying to figure out a lap timer is on the agenda. I have not acquired it yet, but bought a steering wheel because getting in and out of this thing sucks. I won't have any problem saying that. Like, excuse me, I haven't taken anything out from the track, but in case you don't know, S2000 steering column does not move. The seat you are like shoehorning in, it is on sliders, it's all the way back. And I'll be honest, the seat's not uncomfortable, but the seat's not the best seat in the world. It is what it is. It kind of like rolls your shoulders forward a little bit, but we'll get there. This I took apart just to have access more for the USB cable. It's kind of spitballing stuff with the AM. So really, steering wheel, acquired it, need to buy a short hub still. Trying to figure out a lap timer that's dedicated, and honestly, roll fenders and just continue body working the rear there and go from there. Otherwise, like I said, it came out great, it performed great. I guess kind of uneventful in that essence. And then I think what I might do is, I don't know if I want to 3D print some side skirts, so I just kind of go with these ABS ones that I bought for the yellow one. They look clean. I just kind of want to get the car a little more look kind of going on. These fenders are huge. They sell stuff for them, like as far as vents, but I might be able to design my own S2000 vent. And any vents that I put on this car as opposed to the CRX, that is kind of like things on top, riveted down. This I kind of do the opposite, because when it's all said and done, I think will look, it's just a different generation, right? So it looks a little more sleek with the body lines. So like if I do fender vents, I think I want the fender vents to come in from the bottom up, if that makes any sense. So you won't have like the flange, if you will, on top of the panel. You have that underneath the panel. And same thing for hood vents. But otherwise, again, kind of uneventful because the car was great. So hopefully just lap times improve. And I'm just gonna end this here. If you guys got any, I don't know, any recommendations. I know I need to brake way later and I need to gas it way more and carry more speed. Just first outing with the S2000, it went well. There's a lot to learn. So as usual, appreciate everybody for watching. We'll see where this next video goes, but yeah, appreciate everybody. Any questions, comments, concerns, put down below.